this virtual group fitness video, you are doing so at your own risk, and acknowledge that any physical activity or exercise has inherent risks of physical injury, and even more so if you've had history of any kind of health problems or previous injuries. So please be mindful of yourself and your body. We ask that you reference our release of liability and waiver on the Town of Morinville website prior to participation if you're looking for more information on that. If at any time, as I said, you feel not comfortable, any pain, dizzy, nausea, things like that, stop doing what you're doing, and feel free to seek medical attention if you're not 100% sure. It's your health, right? So listen to your body, pay very close attention when you're doing any activities. The Town of Morinville and its affiliates are hereby released of any liability or claims resulting from the failure to comply with these warnings or the instructional advice provided. All right. I have music on quietly in the back. I don't like to have loud music during core, especially stretch. We'll move from one right to the other. I'm going to use a timer for core just so that we can focus on what we're doing. Because you're not here with me and I don't get to see you, some of you, and some of you disappear to the floor, which is totally okay. I just don't see you. So I do talk a lot through my classes. So I'm going to ask you guys to just slow it down and listen to your body. And we're going to go right into it. All right, I'm just going to get my music going here again. Okay, I think that should be good. Okay, so you need a mat. We're going to be at the floor for most of it. And we're going to go into it. You can have your dumbbells nearby and your bands. You have to have it so far away from you. We're going to lie on our backs. We're going to have our feet to the floor and our knees to the sky. So don't think of the timer as a hit or anything. It's just keeping me on track, okay? All right, palms up. Press your lower back into the mat. Squeeze your glutes, navel in and up. You're going to give me a reach and slide and slide. If this bothers your neck, right, a lot of stress in your neck, you don't need any more stress there. Put your fingers behind your ears. Use your elbows, but widen them. Try not to crunch your neck. Good. Keep going, just seeing who's popped on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to have a little bit of time between so I can show your next move. Hands back at the ears, widen your elbows. I want you to lift your chest and your chin to the sky, not to your knees, okay, to the sky. We're going to crunch. Draw the navel in and up, squeeze your glutes, and come up and exhale. Draw the navel in and up. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Important to get the diaphragm working with your core. It is part of your core. And we're going to get the abs and core going. Right now we need our stabilizers to wake up. If you just did a different class, you're probably warmed up, but that's okay to reconnect. As you come up, think of your ribs and your hip bones like magnets to each other, navel in and up. Good. Keep going. Almost there. How we doing? Good. Okay, you're going to come to your side. I need your elbow right under your shoulder. Palm is facing up, so no fists, okay? This knee is going to come behind, so it's in line. So when you look down, you can barely see your knee. You're going to press up in that side plank. And we're in a low plank right now. Arm comes up. And hold. Now, if that shoulder bothers you, yes, stop. Shake it out. Stabilize again. You don't have to go through pain, right? In your joints, it's different. Now, reach the arm overhead. Lengthen the toe and the arm. Bring it back up to the sky. Pick up your foot. Belly button in and up. Squeeze the glutes, especially that bottom glute. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Belly button in and up. Warming up your obliques. Good. Other side. Set yourself up. You can see that sun poking in. Okay, elbow under, knee back, pull it right back, press yourself up. So when you're in the position, you should barely see that knee. Should be right in line with that hip. Open your chest, draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Okay, shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze that bottom glute, squeeze it, belly button in and up and breathing. Good. Give me that little reach across, lengthen. Notice how I'm changing, it's just the load. The load is above on the shoulders, now it's over. Maybe pick up your foot. Squeeze that bottom glute, don't let the hip drop. Lift it, arm back to the top, foot down. Keep going, unless your shoulders are hurting you, then you stop. Good, excellent. Okay, come down to your tummy. I'm gonna show you from this, I'm in my tummy. My arm's gonna be in front. I'm gonna pull my elbows to the sides of my body. Okay, so I'm here. Come down to your tummy, laces to the floor, lift up, pull down, release. Inhale up, inhale and squeeze, release with an exhale. Again, inhale up, hold it, squeeze. Now why do your laces stay on the floor? So your glutes don't activate as much. You don't want your glutes to take over this move. They're big muscles and they want to protect. We want to strengthen the core, which is part of your back. Beautiful. And rest anytime you need. Come up. Pull the elbows to the sides of your body. Hands are up. And release. Good. Come back. Anytime you need to stretch, right here into child pose. Okay, come on to your forearms, please, to your knees. Now, you might be able to do a high plank, and that's fantastic, but I'm going to get you there soon. You're going to hold here from your knees. Now, draw your navel in and up. Squeeze your glutes. Now, imagine your ribs and your hip bones like magnets again. Now, pick up your left knee slow. 3, 2, and hold, and breathe. Navel in and up. Slow it down. Good. Other side, right leg, up. 3, 2, 1. No pressure in that lower back. Good. Want to try it together? Both knees. Here we go. 3, 2, and up. Belly button in and up, and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Woo, let's come on up. Grab that small weight. No balance here. You're gonna bring that knee out, up, and in. Good. Beautiful. Slow it down. Really important. What is the side of your body doing? Squeeze the glute, soft knee, nice and slow. Belly button in and up. Waking up all those stabilizers. And we'll get into more abs. Your core is inside like a girdle around your whole torso, right? And your abs is that six-pack, obliques, the rib muscles, right? You're almost there. 3, 2, and hold. Good. Try not to be bending into your ribs too much, right? Because that's other muscles working then. So the crunch is really small. I want you to think of bottom ribs and hips crunching instead of bending. Does that make sense? Here we go. Crunch. Crunch. It's a little one. Feel free to hold something if you need to, but not grasp it with your hands. As soon as you grasp with your hands, this core disconnects slightly. And we want it to work. We want all of the stabilizers to work. Squeeze the glutes. I know, I talk a lot. It's so you can connect and really get the mind. If your shoulders bother you, no weight. Get rid of the weight. You've got this, change it. You have permission to do you. All right? Good work. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna add in a stabilizing challenge one now. Your foot's gonna come out if you've done yoga, it's tree pose, but I'm gonna change it on you. Arms come out. Slide that foot, put it on your inside of your calf, not your knee. Now, if you've got a thick mat, come onto the floor. Hold it there. Bring your hands in front of you. Now, pick up the knee. Let the foot hover under your knee. Then bring it forward and hold it there. You know, balance is part of your core, yes? Now, if you're ready, you're going to push that leg back and reach. If you can, bring that knee back up without touching and hold. Good, and don't worry about your balance, okay? It's all about the brain. I'm going to take my socks off because I don't want to slip. That helps. Other side. Okay, into that tree. And the last bit here of core, we're going to go into some strength of your abs as well, okay? Holding there. Now, it's really important that your hips are not turned. Do what you can. Take that foot away under, let it hover. Bring it in front. Hold, hold, hold. Stare at something not moving. I'm probably not your best person. Even though you want to see what I'm doing, just listen to the cues. Press that foot behind you. Extend it the best you can. Use your arms to balance and breathe. Belly button in and out, nice and strong. Bring the knee in front of you. Slow, 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 and hold. Good work. Okay, let's come down to the floor. Grab your weight. Or no weights. Remember, it's just an option. I'm going to go at an angle. I need you to shoulder blades back and down. You're going to scoop into your tummy and press your lower back towards the mat. You're going to come up. You're going to load up top. You're going to come out and load in front. Load up top. Good. As you come back, ensure you're doing that scoop action right in here. Ribs and hip bones come together. Squeeze. You don't even need weights with this. Your hands up high will load the body as well. Just offering lots of options here. You do you. 8 seconds for these high V-sit crunch. That's it, good. All right, come onto your back. You're gonna need to park your elbows on the mat below you and your palms up top. Light grip. Your feet are gonna come up high, just knee height. Allow your knees to come to one side. Scoop to center, to the other side. Keep your feet and your knees apart, about 2 fists apart. Windshield. Good. If you're looking for more, straighten the legs slightly, but keep them hip height. Use your elbow, it's anchoring you, right? But use your core, your obliques, and your abs to pull you back to center. Exhale at center, inhale, legs out wide. Good. 5 seconds. Almost done. Good, knees into chest. Just roll that out. Whew. Okay, now we're gonna do a small progression here. You're gonna bring one knee up, arms over top. One leg up, extend and crunch. Now we're gonna build onto this. Okay, so I want you to feel, are you feeling that leg side that's moving your arms? Are you feeling that core? If you're feeling it all in your hip flexors, you need to bend your knee and not your leg so far down. If you feel it in your hip flexor, which is in the front of that hip bone, bend your knee, keep it in the core the best you can. Okay, we're gonna come up for the last little bit. Are you ready? Come up and up. Now you can take it to a knee, smaller. Little crunch one side. Crunch up. Good. Other side. Ready, leg up. Bend the knee. Make sure the knee's over the hips. Arms up. Feel it? We're doing one side versus together because I want you to notice. Is one side stronger than the other? Is your hip flexor kicking in on the other side, but it didn't on this side, or vice versa? That means something's compensating. You know, go see a physical therapist or chiro, massage therapist. They can tell you what's going on. Good work. Squeeze that core. Good. Remember, the hip flexor kicks in. Leg comes up. Knee comes in. Leg up. In. Instead of extending out. Come all the way up as you did before. Up. Up. One more. And up. Good. Knees in. All right. Fingers behind the ears. Press the lower back into the mat. Pick up both knees for me. Extend out your left leg. Lift. Lift up to center. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. And up. Extend out the right. Press the lower back in. Back in. Good. Other side. Up, crunch, then extend the leg. Now when you extend that leg, bring it back into center. Check out your next side. Extend it. Do you notice the hip flexor or your abs working? If your hip flexor kicks in, slow down that leg movement. Hold it up, extend slow. You want that core to keep working for you. Here's that strength component I was talking about. Last side right here. Back in. Good. Shake it out. Okay. We're going to add on to that. Same idea is going to apply, but this time you're going to come up. Okay. Opposite leg goes out. Knee towards or elbow towards for slow bicycle. Center down. Up. Then extend. And then rotate. Slow down this bicycle. This is one move. This is two moves. This is your third move. Back to center and down. Up, extend, rotate. Back to center. Again, up, rotate, extend. Good. Now you can have that extension, rotation same time if you promise to do it slow. Nicely done. One more. Up. And bring it in. Good. Shake it out. Okay, hands are not going to go underneath your hips, okay? I want you to keep them out. Try this with me. A lot of people do this to save their back, hand underneath, but I'm going to ask you not to do it. I'm going to ask you to find your stop point, okay? So your knees are going to bend, legs going to come up. As soon as you feel your lower back, that's where you stop. Okay, so if I feel my lower back here, I'm not going to go to there. I'm going to stop ahead before my back hurts, right? Now I'm going to increase the strength of my lower core instead of modifying it to a point where I will never strengthen it. Does that make sense? Right? Maybe it's one leg at a time. You try it. So if you feel your lower back, even when you move that leg, then bend your knees, then straighten them. Then bend, then straighten. You need to do you. Good. Okay, rest it. How are we feeling? Come on to your side. We're almost there. Now, I know a lot of times people, we're just going to rest here for a moment. We're taught to put the hands underneath, but I'm challenging you not to do it. The reason is respect your core and what it allows you to do and build from that start point. Now, knee underneath. We did this at the start, yes? Remember this one? Maybe you're my full plank person. I do want you at your elbow because we're going to do a little rotation here. Rotate. 1, 2. Now you can do it from your knee. You go where you're going to go. This is our last one here, and then we'll do the other side. For 3, 2, and 1. Good. I want you to think regress to progress, right? Take it a few steps back. Once in a while, it's really good to just stop and think, well, yeah, I can high plank. Sure, I can high plank. Am I doing it well? Am I doing it with purpose of what I'm trying to achieve? Not just because I can tell people I high plank, right? So think about that. You're going to rotate. Now, did you do the other side like this? Then that's where you're going to be again. Rotate and up. Rotate and up. And if you focus, there's nothing wrong with that knee down. When you slow it down, you're still working the same muscles as your friend doing high plank. 2 left. 1 more. Good. Beautiful. Whoop. All right. Just gonna stop that. Good work, good work. Okay. I'm just going to change this up just so it's a little quieter for stretching. All right, so we have 20 minutes roughly left. We're going to go into stretch. Please be mindful to do you, like I said. I'm always looking at, you know, you've had a knee replacement, hip replacement, an injury. Never go into it because you see someone else doing it. Always respect you for you, right? We're going to start off with, just because we did a lot of core, and if maybe you're doing another class too, knees are going to come out wide. Your big toes are going to touch and your heels are going to come out. Now notice I've kept my feet on my mat. If you got shoes on, take your feet off your mat so that you don't have that huge gap and overextending the front of that ankle. We're going to go into child pose here. So hips are back, then walk down slow and stay there and breathe. What we're doing, we are going to stay in this for a little bit because I want you to be able to see how your hips are going to release. Your inner thighs hopefully will release a little bit more as well. Sorry, I'm not pressing that too much. There we go. Okay. Now I want you to use the heels of your hands and push your hips back a bit more. And then walk your hands in towards your tummy. You're going to push your legs, your hips back a bit more. So you might be up high. If it's too much for your knees, you can grab a towel, put them behind your knees. Push back. And now what we're going to do is we're going to walk out again, but this time not as far. And you're going to walk your shoulders and hands to the right side. Keep your hips centered. Walk your left arm away from that hip. Place your head down if you can. If not, stack your fist, and I place my hand there. You want to lower the left shoulder towards the mat to get that nice side stretch. And soft breathing. Ease out slightly and walk yourself back to center. Now you're going to go to the other side. Keep your hips back and then walk the right hand away. Try to lower down that right shoulder towards the mat. We're just working on opening up the side of that body. From the hip right into the armpit. Everyone's different with this stretch. And you might even notice one side felt different than the other. It's just noticing how your body is working. So be aware. Good, and releasing slightly, come back to center. Bring yourself up. Now we're gonna take that right arm. We're gonna reach it out and then scoop through, lower down your head. Your hips can come up over your knees. Stretching up through the shoulder, and that shoulder blade, try to rest your head. And breathing, concentrate on your breath. Nice and slow and calm, like a neutral breath if you can. Bring yourself up slowly. Good. Now you're going to take the other arm, reach it through, lower down, nice and slow. Get that head down in your ear. Breathing, breathing. Good, bring yourself back up. Good. Okay, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come down to our tummy. I want you to put the laces of your feet down into that floor. Remember what I said, if you pick up your feet, your glutes kick in, and I don't want the glutes to kick in on this one. I want you to focus on your spine and your back for this. So your hands are going to be down in front. I want you to walk your hands out, and then slowly lift up your chest. Walk your elbows in. Now we're starting out with the elbows in front. Press the tops of your feet in. If you feel crunched out, I want you to pick up the left leg and reach it behind you. And then your right, lift and then lengthen through that front hip. See if you can get a little longer each time through the front of that hip as you're walking the leg away from the hip socket. All right, now slowly, as you bring the elbow in, stay and hold. Now I want you to think of your vertebrae and find space with each one. And hold. We're opening up deep into the front of the lower abdominal area and your hip flexors. So nice and slow. The point, yes, I know in yoga there's a back bend to this. I want you to focus on what is the front doing. Squeeze your glutes here and press the tops of those feet down. So the front of your body feels good to release because it feels stable because the back is working. Good. And see how it feels to hinge in just a bit closer. Lengthen through the spine, shoulders are down and away from the ears. You shouldn't be feeling nothing in your back because your glutes are stabilizing. You're squeezing your glutes, tops of the laces down. Open the front of the belly. Good. And release your tummy and your chest and your hands. Put your forehead on the, stack your hands, palms down, and then just shake out your hips a little bit here. Good. Now from here, we're going to stay right there. You're going to take your hands in behind you. Your head's going to come down. Now, if it's not comfortable for your head, you're going to have one hand in front or a fist so that you're stable. If your head is up and you're not holding your head, it's not resting, your back muscles will kick in, and we don't want the back muscles to kick in. That's the point of having the rest part. So you're going to take that left arm, you're going to reach in behind and grab a hold of the left foot or the sock or the shoe. Now see if your head will rest. If it's too much on your spine, take the hand in front. Put the head down. Now before you really pull that foot into your hip, to the back of your glutes, I want you to open up that front of that hip joint, the left side. Open, open, open. Then pull your knee in towards chest. Knee into chest. Into your butt. I'd like to see that one though, if you can. And rest. Keeping that foot, each time you want to feel like you want to pull that foot into the back of the glute more, I want you to think of opening up that front hip even more as you pull it in. Good, and holding, breathing, don't overstretch. That means if you're shaking, it's too much on the body, release it out a little bit, find your breath, inhale, and as you exhale, draw the heel in again. Now very, very slowly release the hand and the foot down, controlled. Now shake up the hip. All those little muscles will help stabilizing you. That's why it's important to do these slow. Now we're going to take it to the other side. You're going to reach in behind. Pick it up. Open the front of that hip. Place the head down. As you open the front of that hip, you're pressing the front of the hip into the mat. Nice and slow. Do this slow. We got lots of time. So if it's too much, release a little bit. You're squeezing that glute. Open up the front of the hip, press it into the mat, then pull that heel towards the glute. The other thing you could be thinking about is that shoulders down and away, and you're opening the front of it. So you're pulling the shoulder blades towards each other like magnets. Almost there. Good long stretch. If you can do 30 seconds to a minute hold, that's the value in those stretches. Release slowly. Shake it out. Good. All right. Nice and easy. Bring yourself up. We're going to roll onto our backs. Just move that ponytail out of the way if it's there, if you can. All right, you're going to take your back, press it into the mat. Pick up that right leg. And you're going to clasp your hands in behind. Very slowly press the heel up to the sky and then draw the toes towards your chin. Your shoulders are away. If this is too much on your head and you're here with your head, get a pillow and get your head up so that your neck is stable and nice and long, okay? Walk the shoulders away from your ears, keep them low. Bend your knee, the right knee. I want you to guide and pull it in. Now my lower sacrum, the hard part, the fused part of your spine down just above your tailbone, right, is pressing into the mat. So I'm not rolling it to my hips at all. You're gonna take your hands, see how it feels to place them on your shins. Hold it there. See how your back feels as you slide the left foot out and straighten the left leg. Remember to move slow. Nicely done. Holding here. Now make sure both feet are flexing. See how that lower back is feeling. If it's not feeling good, then I want you to take that left knee and bend it and bring your foot back in again. Otherwise, from here, your right leg is going to extend up to the ceiling. Nice and slow. Bigger stretch here. Really press the heel to the sky and bend the toe towards, if your leg is shaking, ease out of it a little bit, bend your knee a little bit, okay? If it's shaking, that's your tendons, ligaments saying stop. You're going to tear a muscle. It's protecting you. So the shaking isn't something we want in a stretch. Good. Now very slowly rotate those ankles. 3, 2, and 1. Change the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Now point the toes. Point that right toe. Point, point, point. Stretch the front of that ankle. Good. And release that foot. Good. All right. You're going to take the right hand. Take it to the inside of that right thigh. Take the left hand. Bring it out to the side to stabilize. You're going to allow that leg to come out, but you're going to keep your left hip grounded into the mat. Press the heel away from you. Draw your right toes toward your ears. Big stretch to the inner thigh here. Now point the toes slowly, slowly, slowly. Hold there and breathe. Root down in that left side. Don't let that left hip rise up. Squeeze that left glute. It'll help you. Stay stable. If you're comfortable, you're going to bend that right knee towards the right ear. Bigger hip opening here. Do what's comfortable for you. Very slowly, you're going to guide that leg straight again with the heel. Press it away and straighten. Good. Slowly bring it up to center. Good. Take the left hand to the outside now, that right leg. Take the right hand extended out. You're going to take it across. Try to keep the right shoulder down. Guide it across and then press the heel. This is your right leg we're talking about. Press it away from that hip. It doesn't have to be a big stretch. Keep that right arm down. Maybe take a look over the right shoulder and add a nice spinal stretch here. It's a nice rotation through there. Now I'm going to have my back to you. You're going to bring your right hand up to the sky and let your body come onto the left side and stack your legs. So I'm nice and long and straight. I'm going to support. Sorry, my back is to you, but I'm doing this on purpose, you can see. My right arm, I'm going to take it behind. I'm going to reach here and hold. I'm going to offer you another stretch. So this is your first one. If you're looking for more, you're going to take that right leg and bring it out in front of that hip. You're going to take the right arm and you're going to reach for that bottom foot. And then I'm going to bring the heel down so it meets my bottom glute. Rest the head. Maybe you want to open up and allow that right shoulder now. So you're going to notice the stretch if you're doing this little pretzel thing. The stretch is going to come in the bottom leg, right into the front of that hip, maybe even into your abdominal wall there. Slowly release that hand and foot and stack your shoulders again. Good. Bring that hand behind that front leg and bring the knee into chest and now roll onto your back. Beautiful. Other side. Feet are on the floor again and start at the beginning. Left leg's going to come up. We're going to hold here. Flex that toe, or your heel and your toes towards your ears. Remember, if you're shaking, just ease out of the stretch, then use your exhale. Same thing from the other side. We're going to bend that knee. See how that feels? Stack your fingers over top on the shins. And then very slowly drag that left foot out. And then flex both feet. Again, the sacrum is pressing towards the mat. We're not rolling into the hip at all. It's almost like the thigh is sinking into your abdominal wall there, instead of lifting through the hip. Nice and slow. See how your lower back feels as you straighten up that left leg. Clasp behind and press the heel to the sky. Again, if you start shaking, you're too deep in your stretch. Ease out a little bit. Bring the toe towards the ear, heel up to the sky. Point the toe. Then we'll add those 3 ankle rotations. Ensure that right foot is still flexed so your body feels secure. Change direction when you're ready. Good. And flex the foot again. Taking the left hand to the inside of that left thigh, wrap behind your hamstring. Take that right arm out and root down on that right side of the body. Guide slowly that left leg out to the side wall. Press the heel out. Straighten the leg the best that you can. If it's too much, try not to bring the leg towards the shoulder. Bring it down towards the other angle. Point the toe slowly. Are you rooting down on that right side of your body? Press the heel away again. Hold there. If you bend your knee on that other side, you're going to bend the knee and bring it towards that right shoulder. Really root down on that right hip. Keep it down, keep it down. Push it down. Good. From there, very slowly straighten the leg. It's a deeper stretch from there. Bring it up to center. Take the right hand to the outside. And you're going to rotate. Keep that left shoulder down. Push the heel away and then maybe lift and rotate your head to look over that left shoulder. Heel away on the left side. Bring yourself, that left arm up to the sky. Roll on, stack your shoulders. And I offered you that first stretch with the top leg coming into glute. Here, you're going to hold. Or if you did the deeper stretch, this leg comes out, left leg in front. Stack your shoulders. Then your left hand is going to reach and roll in behind and pick up that left foot, the right foot, pardon me. Bring it down towards the floor so it lines up to the bottom glute. Notice where you're feeling the stretch on this one. If you did that rotation, allowing your left shoulder now to open up behind for a deeper stretch, this goes right into that front of that hip on the right side. Very slowly release the hand and the foot. Restack your shoulders. I'm going to ask you to bring that front leg in towards the hip and then straighten. I'm going to come onto your tummy now for me. And you're going to bring yourself up and back. Now you can do a wide child pose or a narrow. If you feel comfortable, you can have your fists here, or you can even grab a hold in the narrow, your heels, and then allow your head to come down. Just want to make sure we have a good stretch into our spine. Bring yourself up. Walk your hands out in front of the shoulders. You're going to roll the toes under. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick up our knees. You can do this nice and slow. Pick up your knees, push your hips back, your tummy to your thighs, and straighten out and look behind you. Press the heels down one at a time. Lift up both feet, stretch out those feet. Press the heels down, bend your knees, push your tummy towards your thigh. Walk your hands into your feet. Dangle for a moment. And slowly roll up. Very slow. Press your feet into the floor below you. Head is last. And shake it all out. Nicely done. Big breath in. And exhale. One more. And thank you for joining me today, you guys. Very good job today.